This is English shorthand dictation number 190 and the dictation speed is 140 words per minute. Ready? Start. Sir, I stand here to gladly support the 126th Constitution Amendment Bill 2021. With full support, I make an appeal to you. I am feeling a little sad, but I am sure the appeal will work. Yesterday there was a 7-hour discussion in the Lok Sabha. Today we have had 2 hours discussion with about 6 more hours to go. Sir, we are missing somebody in the Parliament. We are really missing our Honorable Prime Minister. This is an important constitutional amendment bill. I am sure my appeal will not fall on deaf ears and he will come here to listen to us. Otherwise, in the Olympic spirit, we can have a cutout too, but that would not be very parliamentary. There is no doubt our Honorable Prime Minister is a great believer in the Olympic Games. There is an Olympic god named Poseidon. Poseidon is linked today to army, media, ministers, activists, judiciary, and opposition members. How is that, sir? That is because Poseidon's son is called Pegasus. So maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, if you want to extend this discussion, we would like to come and discuss this on the floor of the House. Sir, I am also very happy today because I am the second speaker from the opposition. Now, it may be a coincidence that the first speaker from the opposition was my friend and colleague, who is a member of parliament from West Bengal. He is a member of parliament sent here by the members of Legislative Assembly of the Congress Party and the Trinamool Congress Party. It is not a coincidence. I was not going to talk about elections. I was going to talk straight into the OBC bill. But the previous speaker told me that he is going to win some election in 2022. So I mildly want to remind him that with 9% OBCs in Bengal, 30% scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, and 50% women in Bengal, we actually do not want to talk about elections because we do not talk, we do. But it seems that the nightmare is continuing and our friends here cannot get away from Bengal. We are discussing a constitution amendment bill today. It was not just an election between my party's manifesto and another party's manifesto. Our interpretation is that it was an election where a manifesto was against the constitution and the constitution won. Sir, I am not a trained lawyer. I would not always use pretty words. Neither can I bear the pain, nor can I express myself. I am actually referring to the legislation. What is this government's track record on poor legislation? Mistakes, oversights, carelessness, etc. were the words of my fellow member of parliament from Bengal. I would use the word incompetence. Let me give you examples. The first one is this. Like every other party, Trinamool Congress Party's dissent note had stated that the amendment to the constitution through this bill undermines the role of state governments. It is all there in the dissent note much before you went to the Supreme Court. But, sir, I want to present today as to how deep this incompetence of legislation is because we are talking on a constitution amendment bill. They passed the GST bill and we all supported it. We warned them on implementation. This is our real record. Sir, 376 changes were made to GST in 10 months. My request to the government is to take our advice. I am giving suggestions. I gave you one example of GST. The Honorable Home Minister was here a few months ago or 1 year ago. On the floor of the House, the Honorable Home Minister talked about the Citizenship Amendment Act. Sir, I will give you one more example of farm bills. Again, what did you do? You did not listen. So you have a history. The basic hypothesis is that there is fault 1, fault 2, etc. You correct the fault and then you congratulate yourselves. That is the basic thing which my fellow member of parliament from Bengal and I are trying to say. Now I come to the core issues of federalism. It is good that in this bill you have done the correction. We have studied the last 98 bills passed in parliament. Out of the 98 bills passed, 29 are core anti-federal bills. An amount of rupees 7 lakh crore promised to the states is not released. Now you are making all these promises quoting federalism, but you have not given the states that amount of rupees 7 lakh crore. It is an assault on federalism. Sir, let me explain to them. The basic hypothesis of the Supreme Court on OBCs has been made by the opening batsman. We discussed our speeches yesterday. That is the coordination we have in the opposition. What is the problem if we do that? Sir, I come to one interesting point. It is again about states. In 2014, the states were spending 46%. Now the states are spending 65% on programs they undertake. Sir, why is there no caste-based census? It is an obvious question. It is a rhetoric question. You see, the BJP has one answer to all the problems, and it is that the real reason for all this is that Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru did this, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru approved a wrong draft, etc. Look at the 126th amendment which Parliament has passed. The point I am trying to make here is that the smaller you become, the more the majoritarianism attacks you. We welcomed the 126th amendment. It is because you took the SC and ST reservation up by 10 years. We requested you to take it up by 30 years. But you did a cheap stunt. You took away the reservation of the Anglo-Indian community of 40,000 people in the 10 assemblies and in the parliament. What did you tell them? You told them that the census mentioned 200 people. Now you know why this government does not want to discuss the son of Poseidon. It is because if we start discussing it, then lots of skeletons would come out of the cupboard. I want to make 2 points. One is on the ground implementation. Look carefully at some of your states, especially Uttar Pradesh. Sir, 48% of OBC students are dropping out of IITs and IIMs. Please do not give them just the numbers. Please ensure that they are implemented. In the last 22 days, 35 bills have been passed and everyone is patting themselves on their back. How do we summarize what has happened in the last 2 years in India? I want to leave this with you. I reiterate that we fully support this constitution amendment. Sir, today is a historic day and my party is fully supporting the constitution amendment bill that has come up. Sir, I do not know whether due to the flaws involved in the 102nd Constitution Amendment Bill that was brought earlier or due to the misunderstanding and misinterpretation of Supreme Court, the bill was nullified and the power of the state government was taken away. We are very happy that the Honorable Minister in his statement of objects and reasons has stated that this amendment has been brought with a view to strengthen the federal structure of this country. In most of the bills, directly or indirectly, the powers of the states are being taken away by the central government. We are happy that through this bill, the states are getting back their power and authority which was once taken away. Likewise, there have been legislations where the powers of the states were taken away. If those could also be restored and assigned back to the state government by the center, it would make us happy. Sir, Mahatma Gandhi in his deliberations on Swaraj said that his main focus was always aimed at financial equality. He used to say that when we are born equal, we have the right to equal opportunity, and based on that, the framers of our constitution had made the provision of reservation in the Constitution of India. Sir, I would refer to 2 issues only as I am left with limited that time. Moreover, another member from my party will also analyze and deliberate on the given subject from legal perspective.